guys, my name's Ellie and I'm a professional groomer. So I'm going to be doing the video on Pre Groom since that's what you guys voted for. Who I have today is Mr. Atlas. He's a standard poodle, but a lot of people mistake him for a doodle because of the way he's cut, and you'll see the front of him in a bit. So today we're going to start with the Pre Groom. Pre Groom is shaving out the pads, doing the sanitary, doing the corner of the eyes, his nails, and cleaning his ears. And he comes in every 4 to 5 weeks, just depends because he stays pretty short, but his mom likes him to come in and get nice and fluffy. So anyway, I'm going to just show you the stuff I'll be using. I'm using Andis Ultra Edge clippers, and they're corded. And I got my box of blades. I have from the 4FC all the way to 40. He's probably like, who are you talking to? So I use a 40 on his pads. And I range from a 10 or 15 for sanitary area. It just depends on how hairy he is. Put that in the right place. Usually I use a 10, and that's for his wee area and his butt area. You can see he stays short. His mom likes him short. Trying to think. And then I'll get the nail stuff out in a bit. But let's do, I'll get this out of the way for a bit. So we're going to start with his pads. And I go through the motion of feet, face, tummy, tail, nails, ears. Tummy is just, you know, this little wee area. And I would just suggest take your time with it. Don't rush. I've just been doing this so long that, you know, I'm kind of used to it, but what you do is you see all that hair. Let me show you. See how it's, you know, his pads aren't as hairy because he gets groomed. If I just go in between the pad right here, in between the pad, and I push all this hair, take my hand, I push it all down like that, and then any hair that's coming over, I go all the way up to my thumb, and I clip it off, because that will give them the nice round look when he's standing, when he's all pooped up. Same with this foot. And you can see he's a really good dog. He's so used to it. He says, I've been through the ringer. Push all the hair down. And like I said, just take your time. You're in no rush. The dog's in no rush. He ain't going anywhere. You do the same thing with the front ones. Just like what I showed you in the back. Go in. Scoop, scoop. That's what I call it. You scoop it out. So you get a nice clean pad. He's looking at me like I'm crazy, guys. He's like, there's no one here, Ellie. Who are you talking to? And when you're doing their pads too, you can always check to see like how their pads are doing, if they're healthy. That's what I like to do, make sure they're nice and black. Sometimes you'll see irritation, and it would be pink and red. What I would suggest, usually when I see them like that, is I use a paw stick, and that's supposed to help with, you know, the irritation and stuff. Like, you know how people take their dogs on for walks and they walk on hot pavement? Sometimes that gets them really irritated, and all it is just a stick. It's like chapstick. You go like this, and you just rub it on there, and they're good to go. Not too many like that in my area because I live kind of out, not in the boonies, kind of like in the middle of suburban and country backwoods. It's like right in the middle. I don't know where I think Atlet lives on some land. I think his mom does land somewhere, I don't know. Anyway, so now I'm going to be using the 10. And like I said, I go feet, face, tummy, tail, then nails and ears, right? Sorry, that's my phone. I'm going to move the camera over so you guys can see me do his eyes. Never mind. I'll just scoot him back a little more. Just so you guys can see it. Alright, that's good enough. Alrighty, like I said, number 10 blade for the corner of the eyes. And his mom likes him fluffy down this area. And I know a lot of you doodle owners also like that too. So what I try to do is I kind of push up his top knot a little bit, that's what I call it. Little hair. And just see, you're going to look for the hair that's right in the corner. Be very gentle because, you don't want to scoop out their eyeball. Because you can do that. Kind of just separate it. And what I do is I take the corner of the blade, and that's what I'm using. I'm not using the whole thing, I'm using the corner. I take it. Kind of just scoop it out a little bit. Move his hair, because you don't want to shave this part. You want that part to stay poofy. You just take the corner of the blade, and you shave out all that hair. It's at the corner of his eye. That way he can see, and that hair isn't poking him in the eyeball either. Alright. Okay, I'm going to do the next one. Sorry if I'm in the way. And this, when I do it this way, I use this corner. You just use the corner of it. You go very gently, because you don't want to scoop out his eyeballs. And he's got eye boogies too, so that's just nasty. Nasty! And this also helps get, so they don't get such bad eye boogies, because I know some dogs, they get the really hard eye boogers. And this way you can actually just take it off. He doesn't get hard eye boogers, because I always do this corner of the eyes and they don't get too bad. But she likes them to stay poofy, so that's what I do. Oh, now we gotta turn you back around. So let me make sure. Alrighty. Just making sure you guys can see. So I'm gonna put them this way so you guys can see me do it sideways. So this is the sanitary clip. And you're gonna cock up his leg. For the boys, hopefully you guys can see, you shave it right along his wee-wee area, and you shave right here too on the inner side of his thigh. Because when guys cock up their leg, they're gonna pee on their hair, right? Duh. So what you do is you cock up his leg and go all down his little wee-wee, and you scoop out this way. Trying to make sure you guys can see me do it. And you scoop it out. You don't have to go all the way down his thigh either. Just enough that I just do it, along his wee-wee area. I look at it, okay, he's cocking up his leg, so it's going to pee right in this area right here. So I just get it nice and clean. For you guys, you don't have to get it perfect. Just do what you can. If your dog isn't neutered, like he has balls, you have to be very careful because sometimes they're very sensitive, but he's fixed, so I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, just like what I showed you. Just the same thing that I showed. Long as wee-wee and his inner thigh. Scoop it out. You want almost of that hair gone. And you have to be very careful because you can clip them accidentally. So you have to be very careful. Also, when you're checking a blade, if it's hot, put it right here. Don't put it here because you have, your hand's more prone to heat. So here it's not going to feel so hot. You have to put it on here because, you know, your wrist, it's sensitive there. And that's what you use. It's not hot. And then I go right here, I pull his little wee-wee down, and I pinch it, not too hard, I just pinch it enough that his little wee-wee can't come out. And I shave all the way up, so it's nice and clean, just nice and clean, so it's not, you know, too bad. If you have a female, it's different. You know, you don't gotta go down the shaft and shave any of that. What you do with females is you cock up their leg just like a guy, and their little things right here. So you would just shave just like... Hey guys, so my camera lost battery, so you didn't see me do his butt. But I just did a 10 blade and I went upwards, going this way, getting all the hair off. But we're going to get into nails. So going over some stuff. These are just your regular nail clippers. He doesn't really need them because he gets dremeled. That's just filing them. So, and we got some quick stop here that I would suggest you get in case you make your dog bleed. It's just a little powder. You put it on your finger and you hold it there for like, I don't know, 10, 20, 30 seconds. You just look at it every 10 seconds. If it's still bleeding, hold it more. But they have little jars of this. You don't need a big jar. And then we got Dremels here. You see I have two different ones. I wanted to show you guys this one because this is the one that you should go for. It's the Dremel 7300. It's less power for dremeling so you guys can get used to it. It's got two high and a low. It doesn't have a battery, so I don't really use it anymore because it's just too low power for me. But this is what I would suggest you get. I got this at Walmart, I think for like 20 bucks, and it came with all the tools and everything and all that. So the one I'll be using is just a little bit more powerful. It's the 700-7000, and there is a difference. Goes a little more quicker and it files much more faster, but I would suggest you guys get the other one than this one until you get used to it. And this is the battery pack, and it's rechargeable. It has one of the little plug-in chargers and all that mumbo jumbo. It goes in like that, and you always use on high. Low is just too much. Always use high, even for the other one. You can hear that's some powerful crap. Alrighty. So I'm going to do their nails here in a minute. Alrighty, so we're going to get into nails. I just wanted to set up my camera so you guys can see. Usually I start with back and then I work my way around. Since this side is showing you guys, so I'm going to show you. And take your time, guys. You're in no rush. Your dog's in no rush. A lot of dogs freak out when they hear the sound of the Dremel, like I showed you before. See how he moves? He's like, oh. Let me get this out of the way. But he's really good. So you would lift up his back foot. This is how you do the back feet, by the way. You can see his nails are already pretty short. I don't know if you guys can see, but his nails are pretty short. You can see that under all his hair. Pretty short. But what I like to do is, make sure that doesn't fall, just Dremel it back a little bit. You can see they're quick since he has white nails. And I just Dremel the white stuff all the way to the pink. That's their quick spot. And just Dremel it back, make it nice and round. You can see how he's flinching a little bit too. You always gotta be careful because that hair, if the hair gets caught in this, you can already see some hair's already stuck to it. It'll suck it up like this, and you just want it to stop it. It'll stop itself after it gets to the root. But you gotta be careful because of that, because this is a power tool, guys. You gotta be careful. What we're gonna do is front feet. And usually front feet grow much quicker than back feet. Back nails, but you can see his nails aren't that bad because his daddy does his nails at home with clippers. He just comes here to get his nails filed. But try to move most of that hair out of the way so it doesn't get caught. But they will flinch, so just take your time, don't get frustrated. Especially these thick dog nails. And I know you guys know. You can see he's starting to flinch. Just go all around. Keep it continuous. Don't, if you have to stop, stop. But try to keep it continuous. Because that just teaches them that they're going to get their nails done regardless. So now moving on to dew claws, and what I do with dew claws, I just use these. Some people use the Dremel. You can use either one, just whatever you feel more comfortable with when you're going in it. But he does not have dew claws that I just remembered. I'm sorry. But usually what I do is I take his paw and I push the dew claw out, and you'll see it start to emerge from this side. And whatever you see, you just clip it. And you do the same thing on that side. So I just wanted to show you guys that. Alright, now we're going to do ear cleaning. Woohoo! So, I got some ear cleaner here. It is foaming and it has aloe vera and all that good natural stuff for cleaning. That's what I use, and I shake it up. And it foams out and I put it on cotton balls. You can squirt it straight into the ear. See that it foams up? But that's for like dogs that have really dirty ears, and he doesn't have really dirty ears. Now what I do is I just go in, I just scoop, scoop. And he doesn't have really dirty ears, as you can tell, just a little bit. Now I know sometimes you have to pluck ears. Now, I would only pluck ears if, one, they're not that hairy. But I'm starting to read about plucking ears for groomers and how they should leave it to the vets, because when you pluck them, sometimes they can get infected. Or if they're already infected, you pluck them and, it's not good for them at all. So, if they're not too hairy, I don't really pluck his ears at all. Because one, he doesn't have that much hair anyway in his ear. Oh, hold on. Let me show you guys. Atlas, show everybody your ear. But you can see he doesn't have too much hair in his ear. I just keep it nice and clean. But you can pluck it if you want. I wouldn't suggest you guys do it. I would suggest a professional do it. But it's usually with some powder. And all they do is they put a little bit either on their hand or they put it directly on the ear and they just pluck it from their hands. But I'm starting to read about it, how it's not good. They can get infections from it and all that, and they should just leave it to the vets. So that's really pretty much all it is for pre-groom. Now we're just going to take a bath and blow dry and do the haircut. And I'll post his after pictures after. Thank you guys for tuning in. I hope this helped you out and good information. I'm not used to doing this stuff, so if you have any questions, feel free to ask me, and good luck.